ONANA, what's my name? ONANA. Oh, I mean, you cannot write some of this stuff that happened in this game. It is a redemption arc for two people that have gotten the most scrutiny out of any Manchester United player over the past 2 years by far. This is ONANA's first season, and he's already gotten a ridiculous amount of scrutiny from me included. Like, he's had an awful start. I've always had faith he was going to work, but there have been times where those faith levels have dropped, and I've been really, really critical of him. None of me critiquing Ronaldo today. What on earth? Harry Maguire, same goes for him. It's been about 3 years for him of just simply awful football. He hasn't been able to place a foot right, and over the past 2-3 games, he's been absolutely fantastic, and he ended up finding the winning goal and the only goal of the game. Manchester United 1, FC Copenhagen 0. If we ended up getting 1 point from 9 and drawing that game, probably would have been the end of our road to Champions League knockout qualification. We're now in third in the group. We're on 3 points, and we are 1 point off second. Galatasaray have 4 points. I really don't want to go into the Europa League with Liverpool. I want to get to the Champions League knockouts. We've got Copenhagen coming up next in our next Champions League game. I think our final 3 Champions League games go Copenhagen away, then Galatasaray away, then Bayern Munich at home. So 3 big games, 3 really, really tough games, and we've got to be on the ball because we need to qualify. Otherwise, it's catastrophic for United to not qualify through the Champions League group. We're Manchester United. Okay, first half, monstrosity. What on earth was that? No fluidity, and I just wanted to play the youth because I just think back to that Carabao Cup game against Crystal Palace where we just look so fluent in our attack, so connected as a defence, and we just haven't had that for so long, and I just wanted the youth in. Half time we make a substitution, bringing Eriksen on, which at the time was the completely right substitution, and in the end was the right substitution. We brought him on for Amrabat, and now McTominay stayed on that pitch for 97 minutes. I will absolutely never know how Scott McTominay stayed on the pitch for that long. But, I mean, he did a job, I think. Amrabat came off at halftime. He's been carrying an injury, as has Rasmus Højlund. He ended up playing 80 minutes, so fair play to Rasmus. But Amrabat probably due to injury. I can't think of any other reason. A midfielder, Bruno, McTominay, and Eriksen. Bruno was playing in a midfield too, alongside McTominay for the first half. Just awful. Bruno gets moved to number 10, with McTominay and Eriksen moving deeper. Glorious. Absolutely glorious. And we started playing some really fluent attacking football. Christian Eriksen opened the whole game up and obviously provided that crucial assist for the Harry Maguire goal. So good. Christian Eriksen's influence on the game. The Dane against the Danish team in Copenhagen. And then, so Maguire found a header, took it well. He was caught out of position a few times early in the game, but he really settled in. He really looked solid defensively. Now, Player of the Year votes, I haven't actually put Raphael Varane in there, but I thought Varane had a really underrated game. I thought, again, just a Rolls-Royce performance, keeps a clean sheet, and he makes the entire back four look so much calmer. Sergio Reguilon back in the side, so good to have an actual left back. You could tell it just provided a whole new spark. I thought our fullbacks played really well. Dalot, I think he's been our best player this season. It might be unpopular, but as a whole, he's played pretty much every game. And he's just putting consistently really good performances. And I could be in the minority here, but I don't think Wan-Bissaka should come straight back into the side. I think Dalot, he needs to earn his place back off Dalot. I think he's been superb over the past few games. He scored the goal last game. He's been creating stuff every single game on some passes that Rasmus really should be getting on the end of, but they're just not quite there. And I thought Rasmus had a great game too. He didn't score a goal, and he probably should have scored a couple. As should have a lot of us. We should have won 5-0 for fuck's sake, with the amount of one-on-one chances we had on the break. But I thought his all-round game, knocking it to the side, holding up the play, we looked so much more open and fluent as an attack in the second half, with Rasmus dictating the game up top. McTominay, as I already said, he ghosted in that first half and pretty much did the same in the second half. It was really just Eriksen deeper on for Amrabat and Bruno to the number 10 that opened the game up. McTominay, again, just did nothing. Anthony, I thought he looked a lot better today. Happy with his game. A lot of bright sparks. Rashford, I mean, Garnacho did miss an easy chance, but his creativity is on a different level, Garnacho. I'm not saying start Garnacho against Man City, but start Garnacho against Man City. He won't do it, but that's what I'd do. Anyway, I just think I'm just having nightmares. Rashford versus Kyle Walker. It could be a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. Garnacho versus Kyle Walker could also be a nightmare. Kyle Walker's a nightmare for anyone, but it's interesting. It'll be Rashford that gets picked. But Garnacho needs to start again. I think we've got Newcastle next week, then Fulham next weekend. I think he's got to start against Fulham. Score against them last season. As does Christian Eriksen. I think Eriksen and Garnacho both need to start. Alright, Onana. I mean, it has to be an 8 and man of the match. It has to be. How can Onana not get an 8 and man of the match? From all the scrutiny he's gotten, he deserved this moment. This is the redemption arc. This is what we were waiting for. So good with his feet today. His shot stopping's really improved over the last few games. There was one shot where I wasn't really sure what he was doing, and I think a bit of punditry that Peter Schmeichel was doing a few days ago. He noticed Onana was jumping over the ball and sideways instead of jumping to the ball, like down and like diving across. He was jumping instead of diving. And he did that along with the shot, so it almost crept under him, and that would have heavily lowered the rating, let me tell you that. But he kept a clean sheet, made some very good long-range saves on some really bendy, hard shots to stop, and he saved a 98th minute fucking penalty. Andre Onana, 8 man in the match. What a guy. Delo, he gets a 6.5 from me, created a lot, defended really well, and as I said, I think Wan-Bissaka's really going to have to work for his spot back in the side, because I think Delo's in stellar form at the moment, and he's had a great season. And going forward, I think as an attack, we need Delo more than Wan-Bissaka, and I get Wan-Bissaka's been so good defensively, but I think we need Delo. Varane, 6.5, very, very good. Raphael Varane, I can see the 7 there. I can very well see the 7. He was so, so good. But 6.5 for me. Maguire, it's probably also going to be a 6.5 for Maguire. I'm not going to give him a 7. But again, it very much like Varane, it was a Rolls-Royce performance from Maguire. Very, very smooth at the back, some hard running, and obviously scored the goal. 6.5. And in fact, it's going to be a 7, because he did score our only goal. Reguilon, probably a straight 6. It was just refreshing to have a left-footed left-back. Not really sure why Lindelof came on for him. He is coming back from illness and injury. But yeah, Reguilon, 6. McTominay has to be a 4. He was atrocious. He can't play against Man City. Amrabat, probably a 5. Didn't do a lot. Came off maybe due to lack of impact or injury. Who knows? Bruno, I'm going to give him a 5.5. But I thought his second half... These ratings on attack. I thought the second half was a lot better when he actually moved into his number 10. Not playing in a midfield too. Rashford probably has to be a 5. Anthony, 6. Good. Højlund's a 5.5 because he missed some chances, but looks very well, or looked very good all round. Christian Eriksen, 7. Fantastic. Got the assist, changed the game. Needs to start in one of our upcoming 3 games. And maybe he's just a better bench impact player. And maybe Eriksen's happy doing that. I don't know. We need Casemiro back, I'll tell you that. Lindelof, 6. Martial, 6. Garnacho, 6. Ten Hag. Half-time sub was very, very good. Lindelof on for Reguilon. He's coming back from injury and illness. Martial on for Højlund. Højlund's also developed, just a bit of an injury, maintaining a bit of an injury. And Garnacho came on for, it was a bit of confusion, but he came on for Anthony instead of Rashford. It's just the addition of keeping Rashford on. I guess it's that goal threat, which he's only scored 1 goal this season. Ten Hag, 6. I don't really know where to put him, to be honest, because the first half was a monstrosity. The second half was very, very good with the players we brought on. I'll put him there. If it's not Onana, I'd be shocked, and it will be. Andre Onana, 67%, man of the match. Thank you very much, Andre. What a victory. Onana, what's my name? Alright, City on Sunday, Newcastle next Thursday, Fulham next Saturday. A good run of fixtures coming up that will be very interesting to watch. We need to be playing some better football, because that, once again, was not good enough. Now for the Player of the Year votes, the game votes. 5 votes goes to Andre Onana. He actually moves up to the 2nd on the leaderboard. He had a really good start to the season, and that is why he's seeing that high. By a really good start. First 2 games, he got some high votes, and that's why he's seeing up so high, because he's also gotten votes in the last 2 games. It was just a horrendous patch in the middle, but Onana does get the 5 votes, and 18 votes. He's had awful season, but an okay season at the same time. He had a really good start and he's had a really good couple games. It's just that middle patch of 5 games where he struggled. Maguire, 4 votes onto 11 votes. Delo extends his lead up the top, up onto 25 votes with 3 votes. Christian Eriksen, he gets 2 votes, moves on to 13, and Rafael Varane, sitting in the top 5, he picks up the 1 vote. It's Diogo Delo, who leads by 7 votes out in front. It's ONANA, who climbs up into 2nd with 18 votes. Casemiro in 3rd with 16. Bruno and Rafael Varane sit tied 4th with 15 votes. And just under Bruno and Varane, Christian Eriksen on 13, Aaron Wan-Bissaka on 11, Harry Maguire on 11, and Rasmus Højlund on 9. Alright, I will see you all next time. Cheers.